Right, I've signed into chat on the YouTube tab on OBS, and all it's done is just it's just signed me into myself. Boys, maybe streaming on YouTube isn't for me. Okay, guys, I want you to pretend with me that I'm doing the intro again for the first time for the people that watch this on YouTube. So I found this crazy video, and it's about a $20,000 furry commission. And I think we're going to watch it today on stream. How'd I do, guys? How'd I do? I do all right? All right, nice. Sick.
It's a hard fact of life that furry art is one of the biggest industries online. For some reason, a lot of furries seem to be extremely wealthy.
Para, shout out Brazil. No.
And willing to drop hundreds and even thousands on artwork of their custom characters. Basically, if you want to make some money, start selling furry art.
Oh, this is where should the sponsor again. We skip. Bye-bye. I'm sorry. Bye-bye. What was that? How much was that? Oh, Lord. Well, thing is, with this stuff, it's never the original price. That's insane. It's always when people start bidding. They get into like a bidding war, and then they end up just paying so much more, like 20 times more or something.
Cool designs. There's a large market of expensive
Someone said it's NFTs. You will implode the internet if you say that furry art is NFTs.
Once again, I got to explain for the uninitiated. Species are a subgenre of adoptables. There are open species where anyone can make their own character, and one
thing I really respect about this is how she's just drawing Garfield like in between as a segue. I respect that.
Pyro, are we watching a video about your own commission?
Yeah, I probably should have thought about that before I streamed tonight. I should have thought about the video we're watching.
Hours in bidding wars and will shell out months worth of wages just to get their grubby little paws on them. In turn, the buyers have actually formed a bizarre community of their own, almost gamifying the purchase of adoptables.
One thing I've noticed
that's
absolutely insane is how
Gets the nerdy guy with 250,000 subscribers.
Thank you.
Wonderful day to watch Pyro react to something and get his humiliation kink stimulated by GLaDOS at the same time.
I actually feel like this chat is simulating attention deficit disorder, because it is so hard to keep track of like the roasts being directed at me every 7 seconds. Can you guys stop giving me money for like 5 minutes, please? Come on. Okay, no, I remember what I was going to say now. It's crazy how you will notice
like a male version
so
of Pyro.
Many furries that are absolutely minted, that are in their 30s, they all work in IT. It's so bizarre. Like you'll literally have, I remember seeing this meme once of a bunch of furries on a plane, and the caption was literally, if this plane goes down, the entire IT industry will be just absolutely devastated. You work in IT? I'm not 30 actually, so no.
From the Grimm Corpse page, quote, Grimms are creatures from an ancient species that have been thoroughly domesticated by humanity. Grimms serve as human companionship and protection along with many other means of assistance. It's basically the same as wearing designer clothes.
Grimms are basically the Rolexes of the closed species universe. I hate that comment so much.
Oh boy, were Grimms expensive. These things are regularly sold for over $300, with many buyers becoming well known in the community for their large number of Grimms and the sheer amount that they've invested into the closed species.
Yeah, that as a base price is insane. Like that's like pre-bidding war as well.
Let me lay it down for you. It was the summer of 2019 and a DeviantArt user called Caravan Outpost Caravan,
or you can spend it on your lesbian girlfriend.
Thank you.
For short, discovered the Grimm Corpse page and the adoptables that they were selling. Having fallen in love with the Grimms and all their...
Hey Pyro, love your videos, dude. Been watching for a long time and I'm glad you are doing great now. But when are you gonna admit that is you cross-dressing and give us that pussy?
You gave $10 to say that.
But what we do know is that on July 12th of 2019, one of the co-founders of Grimm Corpse, Toothless Ego, started an auction to get a custom Grimm. It was going to be a Cypherus Grimm 2, the most rare and...
Sad face, sad face. Sad face.
Why does the text-to-speech enunciate every sad face, man?
Hey Gerald, I love your streams and hope the kids are good.
The kids are good. 800
and about it at a hefty $800. The original creator of the species.
Again, if it gets to 800 through like a bidding war, that makes sense. But 800 base price.
He's known as Mr. Grimble, was going to help out with the auction to make it go smoothly, and even volunteered to throw in some free art to the winner. The auction started and was going well, with bids going into the thousands as expected. But it kept going.
Isn't it insane to think that like furry artists make more than like what a doctor would make? Like obviously you could say the same about like, you know, streamers and YouTubers. Definitely you can apply that exactly the same. But I just find it amazing that someone can just like draw and throw stuff and make like fat stacks off it, like an insane amount. Like I'm not hating on it. I respect it. It's just insane.
As the bids increased with no sign of stopping. Here are a few quotes from the bidding war which were salvaged from
900, 1000, 1200. 9,500. 9,500. Where did that come from? That was not here before. Where, please God, tell me where did this imaginary number come from? Honestly, you should have gone up to like 1,500 and then called it.
600. Same to you, dude. I'm flabbergasted.
I gotta move my camera down to read these. You're a student and you spent 9,600. I'm so jealous. I wish I had that money to spend.
Okay. 20k and I tap. Well fought,
20k and I tap. I spend 20k. Imagine being able to tap out at 20k. That's like a mortgage.
It's morbin time.
Stop it. It's the same guy doing the morbin time donos. He's done it 6 times now. He's done it 6 times. Stop it.
20,500. Tap while you still can. I desire epicness above all things.
When was this made? Like 2009? I'm saying epicness.
I desire epicness above all things. Edit. All light will in.
Okay, that person's actually unhinged. Like that's not even that. This person was probably like off their meds, or they took too many meds. Like I don't even mean that as a roast. Like you do not type like that. That is someone that is like buying into the commission out of like just being like a manic moron or something. There's no way. Tap while you still can. I desire epicness above all things. You might as well have said below it, I'm a fire in my laser. It's over 9,000. 20k. 20. You could get a car with that. You could get a car with that.
At this point, it's unclear whether the other bidder tapped out or Mr. Grimble stepped in to end the bidding, but
It's
Caravan
morbin
won
time.
the custom Grim at a whopping $20,500. Needless to say, the community was in an uproar, so much so that the comments had to be disabled and hidden. Some were congratulatory to Caravan and the Grim Corp team for their big sale, while others were disgusted by the ordeal and accused Mr.
You know what's really funny? Mr. Grimble was shit talking the person who paid 20k. She doesn't give a shit who gives her money. She just wants more of it. It's like not even... Where's the proof? What the fuck? I literally can't fathom having that much money. Yeah, I mean, I don't really think they should have called off the commission if it goes over 20k. I think there just needs to be very important stipulations of like, it is your own money. I don't care what your mental state is in or whatever. Like, you have bought into this. This story is probably going to end with the person who made the insane bid just being sicko mode. The thing is, it's not the money that's making me think that, because the money is actually obtainable for people that work in IT. Because a lot of furries work in IT and they've just got an insane amount of money, or like, you know, like a lot of furries will have like daddy's cash and stuff, right? It's the way they're typing. It's literally unhinged. It is actually unhinged.
Furries will sacrifice basic amenities for art and so media. That's how they afford it.
With the community in shambles from the shocking event, you'd think that Caravan would lay low for a little bit, right? Nope. Only 9 days after the $20,000 adoptable price, people could only watch on in shock, bewilderment, and horror as Caravan placed a bid on another adoptable, this time of another closed species called browbirds. They placed a $6,000 bid, but the owner of browbirds banned them halfway through the auction.
Actually based. I'm hoping that it's for their mental health, but they probably thought it'd be like a fake guy, right? Like people that are going around. I got into a species called browbirds, which are part of the celestial sea species. When they put a custom auction, I jumped in, but gave up at around 6k. Only 6k. Pocket change.
Understandably, they were a little wary about a buyer who had spent nearly 25k on adoptables in just over a week, and their bids were removed from the auction.
It seems fake. Either unhinged or fake.
The adoptable community was still reeling from the drama.
Why is someone spending 20k on a design?
P.S. Do you have any tips for surviving the streets of Birmingham? I'm going there tomorrow.
Bring like a stab vest if you can. Probably the best thing I can suggest. The worst thing is, I've just realized this, right, chat? They haven't shown what it is. You've got these things called like your character here, and an artist will draw like a sketch and then basically say, you put your character here once you pay the money, but it usually ends up being like a bidding war or something, right? But I don't even think they've provided a sketch of what it's going to be. That's the worst thing. And you pay 20k for like, it's probably going to end up being ass. I don't get spending over triple digits on something that isn't physical. Oh, the year 2019, our lord, before NFTs were a thing. That's bad.
Even months later. Any mention of the 20k adoptable would draw angry commenters out of the woodworks, and it was still a pretty hot button topic. Meanwhile, the community was still waiting with bated breath to see the custom Grim. They wanted to see what a $20,000 commission looked like. Would it have the painstaking detail of a Michelangelo? The sorrowful realism of a Rembrandt? The dedication...
Okay, I can tell by the way she's building it up, this is going to be terrible. This is $25,000, chat. $25,000.
When the $20,000 Grim was unveiled. And... well, the colors are nice.
It's not a bad design, but $20,000 for that, monka. You can tell the shading and stuff has been rushed as well. Like this is literally a rush job.
Hey Pyro, this is the first stream I've got since the switch over to YouTube. Thanks for making such great content for me over the years, and I hope everything's going great.
Why does that sounds so much like Baldy? Thank you for the 12, man. That actually sounds so much like Baldy. I need to play Baldy's Basics so you guys can like dono with that TTS.
Caravan had obviously asked for it to look this way, but honestly, you can tell that it's been rushed. The shading looks a little muddy and
that's it. Yeah, the shading, it looks ass. It doesn't look good.
Unrefined. Many parts of the design aren't rendered at all, and it overall looks too loose and sketchy.
It looks like a work in progress as opposed to something finished, right? You can literally see, like, with the teeth and that, the white is like bleeding over. Like, I don't mean to shit on art, because I think art is subjective as well, and everyone's got different levels of skill and talent. So shitting on someone that doesn't draw as well as like Picasso, that's, you know, just mean. But yeah, nah, it's a rush job. It's a rush job, bro.
Sketchy. I'm not saying the art is bad or ugly by any stretch of the imagination, but in the context of $20,000, it just doesn't seem to have enough time put into it. As soon as the Grim was unveiled,
she's drawing Garfield, and there's better attention to shading on the fucking Garfield speed paint than the $20,000 commission. Pretty sure that 20k Grim was a custom made to what Caravan wanted and had an extra art that came with it. It's that ugly because Caravan designed it themselves. I don't think anyone could draw that Grim design good, even if they were fantastic artists. I think Ego did a decent job at this disaster of a desing. Oh my god, learn to spoken, man.
With arguments and hate filling the Grim Court page and drawing the attention of the entire adoptable community. So what on earth was going on? Who was Caravan and why were they spending such insane amounts?
Goodness,
was this some sort of scam?
Great heavens.
Was it secretly Jeff Bezos behind the account? Well, the
Pyro
truth
answer, do you consume cheese?
I love cheese. Thank you, Breadstick, for joining. I love cheese.
was actually much darker.
It's gonna be someone minted or a mental breakdown.
Last summer, I was the one who bid exactly 20.5k on a custom Grim slot from Toothless Ego. Why did I bid that much? I'd finally gone on meds for my severe anxiety and depression, and unfortunately I was on too high of a dose of my SSRI.
Chat, didn't I said this? I said they're either off their meds or they on their meds too much. Which one was it? My dose was too high. Literally took the meds too much. I fucking called it.
One of the symptoms of mania is going on spending sprees. Caravan explained that they had told Mr. Grimble about their manic state while bidding and asked for at least a partial refund, which was refused.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way you're getting a refund on that. There is no way you're getting a refund. There's no way you would get a refund for that. There's no way. But again, are they being honest as well? They could literally just be lying. Mr. Grimble refused, and I threatened a chargeback on one of the invoice payments. She then informed me that I was long past the chargeback period and seemed upset when she realized that no, at that point we weren't. That's just so unhinged. That's so not black and white, because it's like the person that drew it didn't do the best job. Bro, I feel like I gotta like put on my lawyer hat here and read like terms and conditions or something.
Issue a chargeback, further souring their relationship with Mr. Grimble, which was already tenuous. Eventually deciding against this for unknown reason, Caravan instead demanded that the custom adoptable be finished immediately or they would take legal action. By this point, they were tired.
Legal action over a furry commission? No.
For hours after the illegal threats, they received their custom Grim. They themselves admit that it was a rush job, and they must take some responsibility in causing that rush by threatening legal action. If they hadn't done that and given the artist a bit more time, maybe it could have come out a little bit more finished looking. Ultimately, Caravan's post received both backlash and support, with some claiming that Mr. Grimble was purposely taking advantage of their mental illness, and others claiming that Caravan was lying about their mania.
Yeah, I see where she's coming from, because they are speaking legit unhinged. Tap out while you still can. I desire epicness above all things. All light will end. And then this one here, 18k. We are flying through space now. Yeah, it's one of those where you'll never be able to like confirm it one way or the other, really.
Well, the deed is done and in the past now. I personally think that Mr. Grimble should have issued a refund. I can understand Mr. Grimble being frustrated at someone flaking out on such a big purchase. It's a tough situation either way, but in the end it was resolved and Caravan got their rushed 20k Grim. After this, Caravan was subsequently banned from the Grim Corp's page and deactivated their account. It's unknown whether they still have a presence online, but it's likely that they're simply going under a new name these days.
I've noticed that a lot with people, right? When they like get cancelled and shit, they always like rebrand their name or something. Like no one ever leaves the internet forever. They just always come back like rebranded or something, like a new name.
One of the biggest purchases in furry history may have only been made
Thank you, Furry Dan, for joining, and Zerolux as well.
because of the buyer's drug-induced mania and nearly tore an entire community apart. The fact that the design was rushed was the cherry on top and cemented the story in the Internet Hall of Fame for its controversy.
That was weird. That was really weird. $20,000. That's like what Ludwig makes in a day.